Welcome back. We are here with 1430. New decade at last. You can see, look at this, 404 people are in the family tree currently. So I know that I have made this transition to the new family tree, and I feel like a little discombobulated, but it is the end of the war, so that's going to be kind of the thing that we're doing for the end of the decade. I'm going to try for the next decade to keep a list of things that happened so that we can go over them instead of just me trying to remember on the spot. But for this decade, I believe we lost Emmeline. That wasn't more than 10 years ago, right? After she remarried. Really, the bulk of the story is here with our children. We had Serena marry Zwan, but her baby died and he died. And she is currently off at war. She's coming back today. We have Cecilia and Johnny, who went through their whole thing where she was where Malcolm Landgrab was trying to ruin her reputation, and she ended up running away with Johnny, and they had plenty of children. They are now the color green, even though I never changed this picture, so he's still wearing yellow in this picture. But the children are all wearing green. And then we have Adelaide and Thomas, who were able to have 2 children before Thomas failed his young adult role and did pass away. So our current, I guess, patriarch is Thomas II, but obviously he is a toddler. So Adelaide is in charge. And she is doing nectar making, and she's super successful at that. And I think we're going to be really all set money-wise. But also, there's a lot of wars and stuff, so I am worried about our little Thomas as he grows up. I think that there are a lot of opportunities for him to die. Anyway, so we have a lot going on for the roles. We are going to have Nancy Landgrab marry Guccio Payne. I remember it was going to be Nazetta, but Nancy's future husband, did pass. I think I was going to have her marry Gilbert II. But he passed. He didn't pass his role as well, so she is stealing her sister's betrothed. And she's Nancy Landgrab. Of course she's going to do that. So let's start with Regina Landgrab, who was born in the early hours of the morning. I never rolled for her to be an infant, and then we'll also roll for Aria. I shouldn't name the Sims things I can't pronounce. And Griffith III. So 3 chances to get an 18 or a 20. 18 or a 20. Ooh. I think that was Griffith III. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Only Elseria survived. Wow, I am having really bad luck with the dice lately. Griffith III just died. You know, I was thinking about how many people are left in each family has only 2 or 3 men to carry on their lines. All of the families are close to dying out. And then we have Arthur Landgrab, who can't get a 4, 8, or 12. That is the boy, Arthur. No, oh my gosh, what is happening? This new decade is off to a bad start. Was Arthur the only... Hold on. Where is Malcolm? Malcolm. Oh my gosh, Arthur is his only son. Is he done having kids? No, I think they're still having kids. They are. They're still having kids. Oh my gosh. What bad luck does everyone have? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, so Philomena Zest, who is our cousin, can't get a 9 or 19. Okay, and now I'm scared. Can we have gotten all our bad luck out of the way already? Thomas. Our Thomas. No 9 or 19. Don't do it, Thomas. Oh, okay. And then Sigrid Armstrong is getting if she doesn't get a 7. Oh my gosh! Do you see what's happening? Do you see this? Why is everyone rolling to die? Okay. Cecilia Zest. Our Cecilia. You have to survive. Did I ever add Johnny Zest to this? I hope I did. I must have. Except I don't see him anywhere. Do you see him? Oops. I'll have to look into that. Anyway, she has to get a 9 or higher. You can do this. Oh, God. Not Cecilia. That's our older sister, Cecilia. You know what? We don't have Johnny in here. Let's roll for him too. I'm adding him in. He's going in. I don't care if it's not really his birthday. He's probably around the same age as her. You have to get higher than a 9 too, Johnny. Don't leave your children to be orphans. Okay. Do you see what is happening to me right now? I hope that you feel what I feel right now. Thomas Trimboli has to get a 10 or higher. And then, what is it, a D8? Yeah. So he gets 1 extra year. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Thomas Trimboli. Oops. Ah! I don't know what button I just clicked. Died. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now vampire hunting. I'm scared. Because as per usual, we are not worrying about the extra roll. If they get accused, they're dying, and also we only have 1 vampire baby. Okay. Salvia survives. They can't get a 9. Does her baby survive? Yes. And then, did I put this under extras? Yeah, there's only 1 human. But yeah, look, in 1430, everyone's got like a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 0 for how many people can carry on their line. Okay, he can't get an 18. Ooh, that was a close one. Okay, so that is that on that. Now, I'm going to try my best. Don't judge me if it comes out terrible. But I am going to try my best to do a cool video thing for the war rolls. So let's see how that goes. Let's hop into the game so you can see it, and let's do it. So Gossa is up first. Remember, you can't roll a 6, and he rolls a 1. Wolfram then rolled a 12. He also is okay. And then Wybert rolled a 13. And then our dear Serena rolled a 17. Although she kind of fumbled it. She lost her sword on the first one, but she succeeded on the second go here. There she is. She is a powerhouse. She is really making a name for herself out there at war. So I just thought we'd have a fun little video kind of the war section. And then also, you know what I was thinking? I know I just was like, oh, I don't really have anything planned for the new yeah, okay. Well, I was having something big planned for next year, so why don't I just make it this year instead? So we are going to do a story with Serena in this part, and it is going to be really fun and really cool. And I don't know why I was going to do it next year instead. I think I wanted to like give her some time to be home from the war first, but whatever. We can just move right along because I think that'll be more fun. And then again, I gave everyone scars and then sent them home. I honestly don't know why I keep Gossa around because I said in the family tree that he's already dead. So I don't know why I did that. But anyway, if you notice, I did move our mystery soldier back with Serena, and I was really just using him as like a dummy stand-in for the war. So, but he was there. He was on our side though, and I was just using him because I didn't want to make another sim. But we are going to be introduced to him shortly when we get home. So Serena is now home. She is home with her family. She could have gone back to her old house, but she didn't want to because she didn't want to go back there alone where her husband and her child not with her anymore. So anyway, we are here with our family, and we're not going to be spending that much time with our family except for Thomas's birthday, but this story is very Serena-centric, so she is going to be a night. I don't know why she wasn't already a night. And then we are going to have her and Adelaide kind of reunite and talk about Thomas and everything that's happened. And Serena is so upset that she wasn't there, and her brother died, but it was all very tough for the both of them. Also, we can now graft our orchids, so I'm excited about that. I hope that we can get a death flower soon. But anyway, so Serena is back. She has come and reunited with her family here, and she is, just trying to readjust back to not having her husband and everything going on. But then there's a little knock knock at the door. So this is Emil, and he is one of the soldiers that was on our side in the war, and the two of them became friends while they were away at war together, and that was just, something that was going on. All of the knights had camaraderie, and he, wasn't picking on her for being a girl. I don't know what I thought practice fighting was going to look like, but that's apparently what it looks like. So anyway, they became good friends while they were away at war together. So, she had said, like, oh yeah, totally come and visit me, like, we should keep in touch, we should be pen pals, whatever, but then he just, like, comes, and she's like, oh, okay, I did not expect you so soon. So, they're talking, and they're chatting, and they're reminiscing, and they're good friends, and, he's basically like, oh yeah, I was going to stay at the tavern in town, and she was like, no, like, stay here with us, even though she did not ask Adelaide that, but Adelaide is totally doing her own thing and does not care. So, she's basically like, no, stay here. So I am just really quickly going to throw another bed into that empty room. But also, since Thomas is having his birthday in this part, I thought we might as well fix up Thomas's room so that we can see, have Thomas's baby room go to a child's room. So there's that. And I'm thinking we'll have Thomas maybe do the mental skill. I don't know. We already did the creative skill, and that's kind of how we decorated the bedroom for Genevieve. So I was like, okay, well, maybe we'll do the mental skill. And I know that, obviously chemistry, I don't even know if chemistry exists at this point, but we need the chemistry table in order to do this. So we're just going to pretend it's like, I don't know. There are common household chemicals that you can mix together, right? I don't know. Just suspend your disbelief. But yes, so this is Thomas's room. I honestly did not know what to put in the corner over there. But we ended up putting a little chair and bookcase. So there's that. And now we have Emil staying with us. And, this is turning into a place where everybody goes. I think Honora is probably annoyed because she's like, oh, great, another person to clean up after. Another two people to clean up after. Anyway, so we are here with them. We are having our winery continue going and continue making. And we are going to also check in on the kids. But yes, so anyway, these two are just catching up, getting to know each other again, and becoming even closer friends than they already were, and just chit-chatting about life and all of that stuff. So we'll let them do that, and then we are going to soon be able to go back to our garden stuff. But then I'm just going to have them just hanging out. So like one day is 3 months, right? So a couple months have gone by and everything is cool and everything is chill and they're just enjoying each other's company. Serena is still trying to get to the top of that aspiration. It's just not happening, and I honestly don't know how to make it happen. But anyway, so where the kids are doing their homework, well, just Genevieve because Thomas is not old enough yet. But anyway, so the two of them are chatting and, training together. He's not a knight. He was just a regular soldier who had been drafted, but, he wants tips from her and all of that and all of this stuff. So they are just having a good time, and time is passing. And then once that is concluded, we're going to see while she's out on her jog and everything, Emil is just kind of, looking for something to do here. He is going looking through Honora's stuff, which is not very nice of you, Emil. But he's just, checking out the house, going around. He's bored while Serena is not here. And then we'll just continue this. And so he's just, going around, doing whatever. He's not going to interrupt lessons in the other room with Honora and Genevieve. But he's going to come back here, and then Serena is back now from her jog. And so we are going to have them continuing to spend time together. We need to get Adelaide in the bath because she's stinky. So now, as you could probably have guessed, maybe we'll start flirting a little bit. So they're going to flirt with each other a little bit. You know, they've been spending some time together one-on-one, really enjoying each other's company. And so things are getting a little heated. So they are going to be flirty, flirt with each other. He's actually proper, so it's harder for him to flirt. But she does not care. She's already also been married once, so it's not like anybody's worried about her virtue, right? So they are flirting, being together, just getting that romance bar up. And, you know, she basically is telling him, like, look, I'm a knight. I always want to be a knight. And if you have a problem with that and you're looking for a woman to stay home and take care of the kids, it's not going to be me. And he's just like, oh, I don't care about that. Like, I don't like war. I didn't want to go to war, but I had to. And if I could just stay home with the kids, I'd be totally fine with that. You can go off. Like, you know, we don't do gender roles in this house. So he is totally cool with that. And they're getting their romance up very quickly. And did I forget to put his traits in? I think I did. Anyway, I'll come back to that. But anyway, so they are now boyfriend and girlfriend. And they are just flirting with each other. And basically, they're starting to talk about what their lives might look like and all of that. So they are just hanging with each other. I'm going to do the chores again. And so we are just going to do this. Something that is kind of coming up is Emil is learning more about Serena, right? He's learning more about her. They're woohooing. I mean, like I said, her virtue is not really in question, but they probably shouldn't have done that, but they wanted to. It's just a woohoo. We have a 30% chance of pregnancy. We'll see. But basically, she's telling him more of her life story. You know, now that they're like really close, she is opening up a little bit more about like her parentage, about, you know, the truth about her mother and all of that hectic stuff, and how her family was kind of a mess, and how really her father is Gilbert. So he's like, whoa, you know, my childhood wasn't so dramatic. But yes, so they are just doing all that. I'm going to get Thomas back up here. I know it's sad, Thomas. So many things are sad. Cecilia is dying this year, which is really sad. Anyway, so Serena went off to training for the day. And we also have Genevieve off at school. So yes, we are just doing our thing, and she is doing the wine stuff. We are probably not going to make as many bottles as we could have this year, but that's okay. So anyway, Emil is just wandering around, and he is also going to talk to Adelaide. He might as well, because he's been staying here, and he's just thanking her for allowing him to stay for a little while, and that he really likes Serena, and that he hopes that things go well. I don't know. Adelaide kind of has a bad impression of him. I don't know what's up with that. But so she's going to go back to her stuff, and we are going to have these two. Oh my goodness, she's pregnant. Okay, so she's pregnant. She's pregnant. So she got pregnant off of one woohoo. Do you remember how many times I had to get Thomas and Adelaide to woohoo in order to become pregnant? I just can't believe that I'm always like this. But anyway, so they're going to talk, and he's basically going to say to her, like, you know, Serena, I want to get closer to you. I want to marry you. I want us to have a future together. And he basically says, you know, will you marry me? And she says yes. And he says, but also I want to meet your father. And she's just like, you want to meet my father? We don't even like him in this house. And he's basically like, yeah, I want to meet him because, you know, it's important to me to, you know, to know your family, to know your history, and it's important, like, you know, as a man, whatever. And she's like, I don't care about that stuff. And he's like, I know, but I still, like, maybe this could be your chance to reconnect with your father. I just, you know, family's really important to me, blah, 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 blah. And so she's like, okay, well, I mean, I can introduce you to him. I'm not really sure how deep my relationship with him is going to go, but, you know, I'm okay with telling him that we're getting married. That's not something that she's opposed to. So that's what they're talking about, is that he wants to meet Gilbert, and he wants to kind of not get Gilbert's permission to marry her, but kind of say, like, state his intentions. I'm going to marry your daughter. I'm going to make her very happy, blah, 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 because there's really not anyone else in Serena's life, especially anymore now that Cecilia is dying this year. So, she's not as close. Like, her, Cecilia, and Thomas were like the grouping. They were in it together to win it. Like, they were siblings. And so, because of everything they've been through together, like, that was Serena's family. Like, yeah, she's family with Emelina and with Alexandra, but she obviously feels closer. So I think if Cecilia was in this country, he might want to talk to Cecilia, but since she's not, and since Thomas is dead, and Adelaide is not really, up in the totem pole there. I mean, she is definitely the matriarch of her household, but not of Serena's household. Like, they're just bonding right now because they both love Thomas, and Serena is all alone. And so, of course, Adelaide was going to let her move in. But anyway, so it is Thomas's birthday. He did make it to childhood, which I'm so happy about. I am very, very happy that Thomas and Genevieve are both still alive. He rolled to be adventurous, so that's kind of cool. Definitely something fun for him. And we are going to have everyone have a slice of cake and all of that. I know that you can see that I dressed Emile in blue, which is the color that is currently available for new households. Yes. So there's that, and we're just going to clean up, and I want the kids to do their homework. I want them to be good in school. We're finally at a point where we can send our children to school because we have enough money, we have enough prestige. So it's important that we are able to, get the kids a better education. I know that they wouldn't like go to school, but at least having Honora teach them or whatever, like, we can pretend that they could be learning through the church, who knows, but they definitely have more opportunities than we have had in the past, which is what I'm trying to indicate here with that. So now we also have to get Thomas in some new clothing. So that'll be good. Let's go to create a sim and dress our heir, well, I guess our patriarch up. He is technically in charge of the legacy. If he dies, that would be Genevieve. And if she dies, then I guess it would be Johnny Zest II. But anyway, especially since Serena doesn't have any kids. I was thinking about making Serena the second heir. So there's that. But anyway, we are here. Here he is in his yellow, and he is wearing the same hairstyle as his father wore when he was his age. How sweet is that? Oh, my heart. Okay, so that is what's going on here. We're going to get his new picture into the family tree. There's just an extra step here of having to crop the picture and save the picture and put it over here. Here we go. And I do like that the search function just brings me straight to the sim. Otherwise, I would never find anything in this family tree. But anyway, gotta get rid of that old picture. There we go. And here he is. Thomas Larkin the third. Yeah. So we are back home now, and we are joining the club, and we're going to get the chores done, and then we will have Serena and Emile head out in order to go over and meet Gilbert. Also, I want to have Adelaide sell her wine today, her nectar today, that she has, so we'll do that also. I probably should have gathered it right now, but I didn't think of it, so we're going to have to do a few more loading screens than I wanted, but oh well. So here we are, and we are going to check on all of this. It does look like we'll be able to grow death flowers. I don't know how often they will grow, and it does look like Serena has now confirmed that she is pregnant, so she's basically saying to Emile, like, oh my gosh, like, I got pregnant that one time. And she's okay with being a mother. Like, that was never a problem for her, being a mother, but she doesn't want to have it hinder her career goals, which is totally fine. So and if they were rich, they could hire a nanny. Who knows? But Emil is not worried about. He's not worried about her going off to war. That doesn't bother him. So we are going to head over to the estate that is where Gilbert is staying. And all of his children, 2 of which are dying today. Sigrid and Griffith III both rolled to die already. So right now in the household, they are in the household because I haven't killed them yet. But we have Gilbert, Ella, Sabina, and also we have Gilbert III. So he's in here too. But his father died at war. If Gilbert II died at war, so that was a bummer. So here we are, and we're going to introduce everybody. So Gilbert is kind of here, and he's surprised that Serena came to see him. You know, he's like, oh, I'm glad that you were okay after the war, blah, blah, blah. And so, you know, she's feeling a little awkward, but the conversation is going well. She introduces him to Emil, and they are being friendly with each other. You can see Sigrid without the correct appropriate clothing on in the background, but yeah, so basically they're talking, and then Emil says, you know what, like, I think you guys should talk. So he goes out into the kitchen where Sigrid is, and he just is kind of like wandering around and looking for the bathroom or something. I don't know. He's wandering around, and so we have Serena and her father just talking, and you know, it actually is a really good, productive conversation. And, you know, he expresses some regret in the way that he didn't stand up for his children. And he says, you know, as he's getting older and he's seeing, like, he's lost a lot of children. So he's like, you know what, I don't want, you know, to have this relationship with you when so many of my children have died. And, you know, I don't want to die or to lose you when we're, you know, at odds like this. So basically they come to kind of like a truce. I wouldn't say that they have like a great relationship again, but they've definitely kind of mended some fences. And so we are going to just quickly go home and get the nectar and then go off to the market with our 2 kids. We're going to actually bring Thomas this time since he is now a child. But yeah, so Serena and Emil are there, and, you know, definitely getting a better relationship with Gilbert. So now we're going to go to the market after all of that. So we're going to go sell as much of the finely aged wine as we have. So that'll be good. And then we are going to head back home. Anyway, let's haggle again because that got us a lot more money. You know, honestly, it looks like he's not into our haggling, but he seems to accept it. So that's fine with me. Let's sell all this stuff. We make like 60,000 simoleons in one day, like, or in 1 year. So how awesome is that? So we are going to make that. And now we have broken 100,000 simoleons. We could definitely finish the house today. Finish decorating the house. Anyway, so she's just going to spend some time in town with the kids and enjoy that before we head home. So that's what's going on here. We're just enjoying our time with the children. And, you know, Adelaide does like to make time to spend with her children, even though she has, you know, has Honora there to take care of the kids and help them with everything while she's doing her nectar business. But at the same time, like, she still is their mother and she wants to make time for them. She's not trying to be absent. So it is important to her, you know, if she like goes into town or does something fun, you know, she brings the kids along. And also to give Honora a bit of a break. So that is really nice. So we're heading back home. And we are going to go back to doing what we were doing there. So it is now the evening-ish, and we are going to, I'm just trying to get her to do that stupid aspiration. I can't even do it. But anyway, so we are going to, oh, Conrad is calling. Hey, Conrad, I'm thinking about getting married soon. Remember when we were going to get married? Well, that didn't happen. poor Serena. She was going to marry Conrad, and then he went to the church. Then she was going to marry Dustin, and then he died. And then she did marry Zwan, and then he died. I feel like there might be some bad luck here. Might be some bad luck. So we are just going to come over here. Everyone is starting to go to sleep for the night. So everyone is going to bed for the night, except for Emil. And he's going to change back into his armor and come into the room and pull out his sword. And Serena wakes up and she's like, "What are you doing?" So Emil just kind of like breaks down crying, and he's like, "I can't do it. I don't know what to do. Like, you're carrying my child. I'm in love with you. I can't, like," and she's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. Explain to me what you were trying to say right now." And Emil is like, "I'm so sorry. The truth is, I'm a spy." So when we saw Emil kind of wandering the house, wandering Gilbert's house, he's a spy. He was gathering intel and information, and Serena is pissed. She's like, "Excuse me?" And he's like, "But I've totally fallen in love with you. We're having a baby. Like, I can't do it. Like, I can't betray you." And she's like, "Well, I'm glad to hear that, but you're going to need to actually explain to me what's going on here." So, Emil's story. Emil's story is that he actually, lives in a nearby area. He is a servant of a lady there, and she is, a noble lady, and she is, a wealthy husband and all that stuff. And so basically he tells her that that lady was Thomas's sister. So that was, I guess, the aunt, even though they're not Thomas's children. Anyway, so that was Thomas's sister, and she had heard about what Gilbert did to her brother, and then what ended up happening to her brother and squalor, and how half his kids weren't his, and blah, blah, blah. And so she was so mad that she hired all of these knights to, get revenge. And so Emil is the spy who is gathering intel so that all of the knights could come and assassinate Gilbert, assassinate his entire bloodline. And that includes Serena and, Thomas and Genevieve and all of that. So I'm just making some bad guys here. But anyway, so all of these people are, knights or whatever of that household, and they have come to kind of stage a coup, overthrow Gilbert, because, he's turned out to be not such a great guy most of the time. But anyway, so this is all a revenge plot by Thomas's sister. And so that is what's going on here, and Emil is a spy, and he has confessed everything, and Serena's like, "Okay, but they're going to kill everyone when?" And he's like, "Tonight." So Serena rushes over, her and Emil rush over to the estate where Gilbert is, and they rush over. She's a knight of this land. She is not going to just let this happen. So she rushes over, they both rush over to find all of these assassins, knights, whatever, running around, getting into the house and trying to kill everybody. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the same rules as was for the war. So you can't get a 6. If you get a 6, you die. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to take all of the members of this household, so Gilbert, Ella, Sabina, and Gilbert the Third, and we're going to roll for each one of them. If they roll a 6, they will die by these assassins. Then for each person, we'll roll for their assassin to see if Serena can kill the assassin. And so Serena has to not roll a 6 in order to not die in her attack on the assassin. It's not that the assassin has to roll a 6 to die, because that's way too low. So we're going to start with Gilbert the Third. He can't roll a 6, and he does. He does roll a 6. There are no Armstrong men except for Gilbert. Oh, gosh. Okay, so Gilbert the Third is the first to go. The heir, the current heir, he is the first to go. And there are literally no men in this household except for, in this family, except for Gilbert. So anyway, we are here. The child is going to die. I can't get them to kill a child, so I'm just going to have to do some MCCC stuff. Also, Ella's pregnant. What if she's pregnant with a boy? Oh my gosh, if Gilbert dies and then she's pregnant with a boy, I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to kill him. He just dies like that. So his assassin, Serena is able to kill. I'm kind of scared because if Serena rolls a 6, she dies. Like, I'm scared that we're going to lose her. So the assassin is dead, and then I was almost going to roll for Sigrid, but then I remembered she was dead already, so we're going to roll for Sabina next. So Sabina, will you die? She will not. Sabina did survive. So Sabina survived, and she is here, and we are going to have her assassin come, and her assassin, we did not roll a 6, so Serena, oh my gosh, Serena was able to defeat that assassin. The next assassin is going after Ella, pregnant Ella. Is she going to die? We're going to have to roll for the baby if she dies. She does not. So does her assassin die? She does. So Serena is able to defeat the next assassin. So far we only have one death on our side. So we are able to succeed here. So now Gilbert. Gilbert. Come back up here. Also, I'm going to do, since we have an extra assassin, what I'm going to do is we're going to actually have Emil and the last assassin stand off with each other. So Emil is kind of showing that he is really on their side, and he is going to fight against his former master. And so he is going to roll, and the assassin is going to die because he did not roll a 6. So Emil survived his confrontation with this assassin. So he survived. And now for the final one. Will Gilbert be killed? He will not. Will Serena win? She will. So she is going to go save her father from this assassin. And there's the baby on the floor. So she wins. So, they're going to give each other a big hug. And, oh my gosh, like, Gilbert's like, are you pregnant? No, I'm kidding. He's like, thank you for saving me. Like, what is going on? And so Serena is basically telling him, look, I got intel. She's not going to out, Emil, or maybe she will, but she'll say Emil was able to find out that this was happening, and he warned me, so I came to save you. And so she basically is telling Gilbert, hey, your cousin did this. Your cousin, Thomas's sister, she did this. And Gilbert's like, oh, that makes sense. So basically what happened here is that now that they have kind of won this, we're going to be able to get married. We're going to be happy ever after. So everyone is going to know that Serena is now a hero. She saved the Lord. She saved most of his family. And so because of her bravery, she is going to get promoted in the knighthood. She is going to become second after who is currently Wybert, who is the head of the knights. So she is now his second in command, and when he, dies or whatever, then she will take the position from him. So she is going to get a medal. She is now acclaimed. She is so happy because she's worked so hard to be a knight all this time, and now she finally had the chance to show off and to, show everyone what she's made out of, and she succeeded. She is great. So Serena has kind of fulfilled her life's ambition of becoming an acclaimed knight and a hero of the land. She is now going to be dressed in blue because she is going to become a smith and marry Emil. Behind the scenes, Gilbert is going to deal with his sister, who of course is just going to get a slap on the wrist and maybe some confinement from her husband for acting out. But, we're not going to follow that storyline between the nobility because they're not part of, we're focusing on our house. When we become nobility one day, we can. But anyway, so here we go. We are going into the church. We are going to have them get married and be happy, and everything is great. So that is what I planned for this decade. So I am just really happy that we were able to do something really fun and really cool. Let's mourn Thomas really quick. But yes, I'm really excited that we got to do something fun and cool for the new decade to kind of bring it in, and we're excited. We're happy. We are doing great. So I am really excited about all of that. And we are going to have them marry. And this is the end of Serena's story for now. Of course, she'll be having her children, and she'll still be going off to war. There are a bunch of wars. There's a war every 10 years, and in this century. So she is going off to war, and she is going to continue to be this great knight, and everything is going her way. So they are now married, and everyone's happy, and everything's great. And we are then, there were no babies born off screen, so you don't have to worry about that. But I will go back and kill all of the Sims that need to be killed and give makeovers to the 2 Sims now that need to have makeovers. So I am really happy with the way this went. I thought it was a totally fun story. I don't know if any of you picked up on Emil being a little suspicious there when he was kind of snooping around, but let me know if you did. And yeah, welcome to the 1430s. I'm so excited, and I think that we're going to continue to have a really great time, and we will be back with our regularly scheduled programming in our main household after this. So I hope that you are looking forward to the next decade, and I will catch you in the next one.